Hi, I'm author Shannon Reaper, and this is Genres Bookshop Podcast. And today, my fabulous guest is Beth Overmyer. Beth?
Hi, Shannon. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, I've known you basically on Twitter and Facebook for quite a few years now.
Yes.
So, I've been following your career and all that jazz. So it's been pretty amazing for you, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been so exciting for me just to get all those books out there on Flame Tree Press. It's been wonderful.
That's fabulous. Okay, so what's your latest book?
Well, my latest book that just came out back in August is called Brittle. Let me move out of the way. Brittle.
Okay.
And yeah, that came out from Flame Tree Press, I think on the 15th of August. And it's about a young woman who's kidnapped and taken to Fairy. And
Mm.
she finds out there that she's more connected to the Fae than she would like to believe.
Ooh, that sounds fabulous.
Thank you.
Ah, I have to admit, I haven't read it yet, but I keep intending to, and you have totally sold me on that now. So,
Yay!
unfortunately, reading these days is a lot harder without audiobooks. So, any plans to make audiobooks in the future, maybe?
Well, the rights have been licensed to Flame Tree, so
Okay.
that's up to them. We'll see if
Oh,
I
it
sell
is.
enough
Okay.
copies and there's
Okay.
enough interest, then they'll make an audiobook perhaps.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, tell them there's one reader in New York who will buy every book you have ever written if it's in audiobook form too.
I will tell them.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see. You have something coming out this year too, though, right? Something in summer?
Yes, I do. It's coming out June 11th, I think. It's called Tempered Glass. It's the sequel to Brittle.
Okay. All right. So, is there going to be more in this series?
I've written a third one. I'm waiting to hear back whether or not it's a go or not. So we'll
Okay.
see.
Ah, that's amazing.
Thank you.
So, with being traditionally published, have you've done both, right? You've done both traditional and indie?
I've self-published one book and
Okay.
then I had the print rights in a pickle, and so I self-published the print version of that. But that's
Okay.
no longer available, so we'll see what
I see.
happens with that in the future. So, yeah.
Well, I was basically just curious, like the comparison between the two, like between traditional and self, like has there been noticeable differences for you?
Well, you get a lot more support when you're traditional. Obviously, with public self-published, you have to do everything yourself,
Right.
and pass or fail, it's all on you. So,
Very good points.
thank you. Yeah, it's tough, but I really admire those self-published authors that really just go for it and just promote the heck out of their books, and just kudos to them.
Well, thanks. Thanks. I try. But I don't know. I mean, I always think about it like it I'm never quite sure how I feel about traditional publishing. Like it's not something that I've even tried for myself. But
Mhm.
I totally like did you have to go through the whole process of the querying and the rejections and all that jazz?
I sure did.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long
I
did it
tried
take
lit
to find?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Um,
it's okay.
let's see. I want to say I had a lot of other books written, and they got rejections,
Right,
some
right.
got acceptances. But for The Goblet's Immortal, the first book that I wrote for Flame Tree, it took about only like maybe a year. It was
Oh,
fast. Yeah, from starting to submit to places to acceptance, it was about a year.
I gotta say, you say that's fast, and to me that seems excruciating. So that takes some extreme dedication. So that is very impressive to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I mean, with querying, like I don't know anything about the process. So is it like you send the publishing house an email with a description of your book? How does that work?
Well, it depends on if you're going to submit to an agent first or a small press. For me, I tried agents. That wasn't really my thing. So I tried small presses. And what you do is you write a query letter that has a short descriptor of your book, something to hook the reader into, well, the publishing house into.
Right, right.
Then you do a little bio and thank you for considering me. It's this many words, etc. And then you, depending on the publishing house, it sometimes asks for like the first 50 pages, the first three chapters, whichever comes first, and you attach those and you send those in.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many times did you have to query for Goblets Immortal?
The Goblet's Immortal, I would say I did at least, it was a small amount for me. It was
Okay.
like maybe 10.
Okay. Wow. That yeah, I suppose you're right. That is fast because, 10, but that's still 9 rejections. That's gotta hurt. Is it hard
It
to get
is
the
hard.
rejections?
Oh, it
Oh,
hurts. It
oh.
hurts. Yes.
Uh, well, I mean, I drink a lot of alcohol, so maybe that wouldn't be so bad because I'd just be drunk most of the time.
There you go. Whatever works.
I'm just kidding, don't
I
worry.
know.
I'm
I
only
know.
half kidding, but
Oh dear. That's great.
confessions.
Confessions. Yeah.
Okay, uh, so you have you're waiting on your publisher's permission to do book three, or just waiting to see if they want to publish it for
Waiting
book
to
three?
see if they want to publish it.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So if they don't, are you gonna like try for a different publishing house, or are you just gonna go, oh, okay, then that's it?
I might actually, if they say no, I might actually see if I can self-publish it. So
Okay.
maybe I could go to someone experienced like you and ask for some advice.
If you wanna, I can't say I'll make you a lot of money, but I will definitely tell you what I did.
Thank you, because I really want the story out there, the rest of it. So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Well, it sounds like a story that would do really well, so I can't imagine them saying no to it.
I sure hope they don't. I hope they
Yeah.
say yes.
I hope so too for you.
Fingers
That's
crossed.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so with your publishing house, how do they like let you? Oh, well, my cat wanted to say hello. Uh,
Aw.
she's very sweet, but
Oh.
she loves this desk. It's me and the desk. But oh shoot. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. Nice job, Snowflake. You totally screwed up my thought process.
You're starting to say something about my publisher and what else were you saying?
This is the bad part about getting old. I got an interruption and now I can't remember. It'll probably come to me later.
Mhm.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so with let's see, how many books do you have out right now?
Right now, I
Yeah.
have The Goblet's Immortal, Holes in the Veil, Death's Key, and Brittle. So just the four.
Okay.
And then Tempered Glass comes out later. So yeah,
Okay.
that'll make five. Yay.
Hey, that's very congratulatory.
Thank
What I
you.
meant to say is that's great. Congratulations, but
I knew what you meant.
Okay, good. For you. Well, so since this is Genres Bookshop podcast, I always ask my authors, what are you reading?
Well, I'm not reading much nonfiction right now. I mean, fiction right now. I'm
Okay,
reading some
okay.
nonfiction, but I just finished Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was so good. It's part of the
Oh,
Throne of Glass series.
okay, okay.
Oh, so good. So good.
See, I am looking forward to the third book for the Crescent City. That one's coming out
Oh,
in a couple of weeks, actually.
I
So
haven't even started. I need to get going.
Crescent City is probably my favorite. I I
Really?
I read a couple of the actually I think it was Throne of Glass. I think I read a couple of those, and I much prefer urban fantasy personally.
Okay.
So I was much happier with the Crescent City ones than I was with Throne of Glass.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just my own personal preferences.
Cool.
Uh,
That sounds good too. I should give that a shot.
yeah, it really is amazing. Uh, my cat
Aw.
is such a little brat. But she does this to me with pretty much every interview that I do. So, I mean, she's a
Aw.
staple now.
She's your mascot.
Yes, she is. So you have a cat too, right?
Yes, I
Bowie?
do. I have two,
Oh, you have
Bowie
two. Okay.
and Cricket. Yes.
Oh, Cricket sounds cute. That's precious. Bowie is the
Yeah.
one. Bowie is the name that I recognize. I think you maybe you mentioned him more.
Yeah, and he's more photogenic, so there's more
Oh, okay.
pictures of him. Yeah.
I have three. It's not my fault. I asked my husband for a dog and he brought home a third cat.
Oh, there she is. Hi,
She
baby.
she's so sweet. All right, we
Oh,
don't come on. This is actually kind of rare for her. She's not this interfering as a general rule.
she knows I'm a
Uh,
cat person,
yeah,
so
exactly. She can smell that.
yes.
Uh, well, okay. So, oh my goodness. So, Throne of Glass. Is that the whole series? Is she done with that
She's
series?
done. Yes.
Okay, okay. Well, I I got turned off with that series when I think the guy's name was Rowan. He was like
Oh.
beating the snot out of Selena. Is that her name?
Hmm.
Okay, he was beating the snot out of her, and then all of a sudden they're a couple. It was like, that's not something I'm really interested in, thanks. But
Yeah,
I know that there's more to the story, whatever.
there is. It builds from there, and there's a dynamic that changes and
Okay,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, well, I do think I probably will go back to it, but I will have to get the audiobooks for that because it's been so long since I started the series.
Mm.
Yeah. But let's see. I will you said you were also reading a lot of nonfiction. So what are you reading there?
Well, most of it has to do with writing,
Okay.
some publishing, marketing stuff. Nothing that's really, exciting, but I had to tell you about Kingdom of Ash because that
Yeah.
was just book hangover time.
I totally understand. Uh, well, the other series that you recommended actually several years back, it was like I think it was the Bridge Kingdom.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I haven't gotten to book two yet, but I keep thinking I'm gonna do it, and then there's so many other books that I want to listen to. Then, and
Yes.
I just haven't gotten back to it yet, but I do plan to.
Yeah, I still haven't read the second one either, so
Okay, okay.
yeah. First one was really good.
Yeah, I agree. With that one with the audiobook, when it switched perspectives, they had like a sea sound coming through, and I thought that was
Hmm.
so interesting. It was such a cool way to show that you're switching perspectives.
That's so creative.
I
Wow.
know. I thought of that. I thought it was so interesting. Hmm. Yes, here we go again. We have another circle. It's very important. Yeah. So, yeah, I've completely lost track because my little demon is pestering me. But
Aw.
my circler. Yeah. Um, let's see. So you have those five. Is there a particular like is fantasy your standard genre of reading?
Yes.
Okay.
For the most part, I'm reading fantasy, but I do read other genres too, like some
Yeah.
science fiction, some
Okay.
women's fiction, literary, nonfiction, etc.
Okay, okay.
Mystery.
Oh, okay. I found one the series is shoot, I can't remember the name of it. But the thing that I found interesting about it was that it is a bookshop owner. Oh, I'm sorry, a chick who works at a bookshop, who is legally blind, and she has retinitis pigmentosa. So
Okay.
basically, your vision contracts until you have no peripheral.
Okay.
And so the narrator is describing how this woman is dealing with becoming blind, and she works in this bookshop, and it's owned by Heathcliff. Heathcliff from uh oh
Wuthering
balls,
Heights.
Wuthering Heights. Yes, exactly. So the actual Heathcliff, the character. So I was
Oh,
I absolutely loved that.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It really was. I'll send you a link later. I'm not gonna say it now because it's a little bit dirty. And if my dad finds out that I read something like that, I think he would be mortified.
Okay, good
So I'll
to
send you a
know.
link later. Don't tell my dad. Well, okay. So that has been a pretty fun series for me too. But let's see. I was trying to think. There was a another series that I had read a long time ago that was a woman was kidnapped and brought to a pharaoh. No, I'm sorry, that's not true. She went to a Fae realm and she ended up getting kidnapped while she was there. Humans know about the Fae and
Oh.
it was kind of interesting, but then I am a runner and they were talking about how the main character is talking about how she can run a mile in 15 minutes. I'm like, the average person walks a mile in 15 minutes. If you're running at that pace, the author really needed to do a smidgen of research, just a smidgen.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, even saying 12, that would have been respectable. It's jogging, but I mean that wouldn't have been bad, but that I got turned off right there. I was like, nope, mm-mm. If they can't even research the amount of running that a person can generally do, I'm done.
Yeah, they ruined your suspension of disbelief. So,
Exactly,
yep.
exactly. So sad. But I believe that you are not that person. I believe you would know if a person was running at the wrong pace.
I would hope so. I'd hope I do my research. Yes.
Precisely, yes. Okay, so after you finish your trilogy, is there something else in your future? Is there something you're thinking about doing?
Yeah, right now I'm actually working on a book. It's set in Victorian London,
Really?
and it's a shapeshifter genie kind of novel. Someone gets some
Oh,
wishes given to
okay.
them, and they're distorted, of course.
Of course, yes. That's so cool. All right, yep, I'm definitely. Please, please tell your publisher I'm begging them for audiobook.
I will tell them, definitely.
Okay. I mean, one person buying them. Granted, I'm not I'm no big bookseller, but I will do my best to sell every audiobook you ever make. So there you
Thank
go.
you.
You're welcome. Okay, so with your series, you've got those, you've got Immortal Goblets, you've got what's this new one called? I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
The series is called Blade and Bone.
Blade and Bone. Okay. You've got the Victorian England Shapeshifters, which I'm
Hmm.
totally excited for that one. And so is there anything else in your future that you want to tell us about?
Let's see. Hmm. I have a lot of different ideas, and I'm going to pitch to my editor which one he would like to see next. I'm kind of hoping he'll want to see the one with the siren and the vampire.
Oh, now that sounds fun. That sounds very fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I have to say, I'm happy to hear that you didn't go the zombie route because everybody in fantasy seems to go the zombie route.
Yep, they do.
I'm a little tired of zombies these days, but I still read the books, but I'm like, oh yeah, more zombies.
Zombies.
Oh, the humans are the real monsters. Wow, that's so original. Okay. It is hard to be original when it comes to fantasy writing because everything's been
Oh,
done.
there's nothing new under the sun. Yeah. Yep.
Exactly. But you have to try.
You have to try. Yeah, just put
Yes.
your own twist on it and take the
Exactly.
different tropes and, you know,
And
mess with
smush
them.
them. Yes,
Smush them.
yes.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so to end this off, is there any book that you would recommend? It can be your own, it can be someone else's. What book would you recommend to all of us to read today?
Hmm. I wish I could remember its name. Um, I'm just gonna say The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
I've
by,
heard of that.
that is good, by V.E. Schwab.
Okay, okay. You
Very
know,
interesting.
I feel like I
Very.
have read that.
Oh, you have?
I maybe. I've
And
heard of it, but it's been a long time if I had read it.
yeah, it's this gal who, back in like the 17th century France,
Okay.
she goes out dark at night and she's gonna get married and she prays to the gods after dark. And you're not supposed to pray to the gods after dark because they'll do something you don't want. So she prays to be blonde to nobody.
Okay.
And then her her memory, everyone's memory of her is wiped off the face of the earth. Every trace she would leave behind gone. So
Oh,
if she meets someone, they'll say, I don't know you. And then they'll get to know her and they leave the room and they totally forget about her.
interesting.
Until one
Okay.
day someone remembers her.
Oh.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And okay, so I've heard of it, but I haven't read it. I think I would remember if I would remember that story. So I am totally gonna look that one up.
Oh, I hope you enjoy it.
I am sure I will. You give really good recommendations, so
Oh, thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, and next, if you see the name Beth Overmyer in your feed, what should we be looking for to read of yours? What would be the first book if nobody's read anything by you before? What would be the first book we should read?
I'd probably say if you like quests, The Goblet's Immortal. If you like Little Women and maybe A Court of Thorns and Roses with some twists, I'd say Brittle.
Okay. All right. Well, you have sold me on every book you've written.
Oh, thank you. Yay!
Okay, well, it was lovely chatting with you.
Thank you, Shannon. Thanks for interviewing me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I hope everything goes well for you this year, and I hope your publishing house wants to do the book you want to do.
Yes, fingers crossed. Thank you.
Woo! All right. Good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Bye.
Bye.